time for any sleep. When you're laughing along with me, got you by my side and we're burning through. You and I, one inside.
It's the year 2025 and you begin your day by drinking your morning coffee in Paris, you visit your parents in India, fight aliens in Mars during your lunch break and attend a business meeting in New York, all from the comfort of your office in Zurich. This is made possible by extended reality, the next evolution in human, computer and environment interaction. Extended reality, or XR, is an umbrella term for all physical and virtual combined environments and human-machine interactions. Different types of technologies fall under XR: virtual reality, VR, augmented reality, AR, and mixed reality, MR. While virtual reality enables a full immersive experience and blocks out the physical world, augmented reality, on the other hand, places digital objects as holograms as if they were really there. A letdown in AR is that you cannot directly interact with these digital objects. This is where mixed reality, or MR, comes in. In contrast to AR, MR technology enables physical and digital objects to coexist and interact in real time. XR technology has been around for a few years, but in the decade we have entered will finally blend the real and the digital worlds in such a way that just 20 years ago was only seen in science fiction movies. In the coming years, one question that remains: how will businesses define reality in the next 5 years?
Put on a virtual reality headset and the world disappears as you're transported to a completely new one. Or use augmented reality to bring characters and objects into the real world. According to the Harvard Business Review, companies like DHL, the US Navy, and Boeing deliver step-by-step worker training with AR. Boeing uses it to help trainees complete their work 35% faster and decrease first-time errors by 90%. Extended reality is even making trips to the doctor's office less painful. AR overlays a patient's veins makes it 3 times easier to draw blood on the first try. People can attend concerts with thousands of their fellow fans or share experiences with their friends and colleagues as if they're in the same room. Want a new approach to team building? Why not try it on the bridge of a futuristic starship? Shields up! Xerox even uses augmented reality to connect field engineers with experts back in the office to increase their efficiency by 20% and their first-time fix rates by 67%, leading to their customer satisfaction rates rising to 95%. Online shoppers now use extended reality to download holograms of products from companies like Wayfair and IKEA and show them in their real homes. And some service companies are seeing returns of $20 on every dollar invested in extended reality. In the past, you might have seen these headsets in movies or TV. Today, chances are that you already have an extended reality device. That smartphone that you use every day is ready for extended reality. Applications like Pokemon Go, Snapchat, and IKEA bring extended reality into the mainstream, and affordable virtual reality systems from companies like HTC, Facebook, Microsoft, Sony, Google, and Samsung make it possible to share these worlds and experiences in any situation.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. Yeah, you can start.
Right. Very
How-
good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Popcorn's Just Langa. I'm sorry my tech guy sucks, but he's my co-founder, so we have no choice. We make do with what we have.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
so we
okay.
can't afford to pay any tech guy yet at this
Yeah.
moment, but in the future you never know, right? So
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully Casey can help us look more cooler after this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently 2020 is the year of extended reality or XR in marketing. Now, I mean, do you know what extended reality or XR is?
this is
Okay, I guess that answers the question.
this is the Ready Player One kind of thing, right? Those kind of
Yes.
right. Okay.
So, in fact, we're supposed to be talking about VR, AR, and MR, right? So, how
Yeah.
does this relate to XR? Where actually extended reality is the umbrella that covers all this virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality.
You know, the funny thing is when you say XR, because I kind of get what VR is. VR is the virtual part, but the X part, I thought it's a porn kind of thing, and
Okay.
so it was just
Which is very good because,
I'm blur. Okay, I'm sorry, seriously blur with this kind of stuff.
well, obviously, his only experience with VR might be X-rated. So, okay, so you know what? This is what today is about. We're going to explain to you what XR, AR, MR is. So after today, you're going to be able to know what is happening with this industry, how huge it is, and how you as a business can even start playing around with it, and you know how you can set yourself up for success and incorporate it into your business, hopefully. Okay, sounds good?
Sounds good. I just saw the video that we posted just now, and I'm kind of excited because I look at that clip where it talks about virtual training can be done virtually. Then I'm like, oh, okay, so that's interesting stuff. So I want to know more.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I
Can you
want to know more.
imagine we're doing team building and we're in the Star Trek, or better yet, Star Wars?
Yeah, and you are like sitting down at home, right, doing team
Yeah.
building. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, this brings like you know those locker rooms to a whole new level.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
I think. Okay, so are you guys ready? Because with just the touch of a button, this tech can make you the next superpower, and it will take your company from Peter Parker to Spiderman. So are you guys ready?
I'm ready to go. All right.
All right, intro video.
Now, before we go to intro video, guys, this is an interesting topic. If you can spread the love, share this to all the people that you know. For all trainers out there, I would definitely go and check this out, right? And with that, we'll see you in the next few seconds. And let's go with the intro.
Popcorn.
Hey!
All right, everybody, welcome back. I am Nina.
I'm Amin. All right.
And welcome to Popcorn Just Langa Show.
Exactly.
So we are on our 11th or 12th episode, I can't remember, but yeah, going strong.
Yeah.
So with 1 billion users predicted by this year alone, 2020, there is demand for augmented reality, and brave businesses are already using this technology to create experiences that increase engagement and boost sales. So AR is quickly moving past what used to be a novelty to what marketers believe is a superpower for brands. To stand out from the crowd. Now, before we intro you to our very, very special guest, a reminder to our viewers tuning in, if you guys have any questions or if you want to say hello, just come on in and just say hi. Okay?
Yes, guys. Use the chat function. Please do. All right. Say hello to us. Ben. Hi, Ben. Good morning, Ben. All right.
Yeah, good morning, Ben.
Good
Okay,
morning,
and
Ben.
we're also going to be putting up some links so you guys can start playing around. Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, who do we have in the house?
We have Casie Millhouse in the house. Yo. All right. So,
Clap sound?
yeah. Wait. You introduce first, then after that, we'll do the clap sound, right?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Casie Millhouse in the house. She is the business manager of Dude AR Studio and Mind Palace. So that makes her Dudette. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, Casie is the business manager. We already said that, and the sister company Mind Palace, and they actually use VR technology to immerse dementia patients to help them remember their loved ones, relieve social isolation, and expand their physical boundaries. That's amazing. Casie has also spent the majority of her career in consumer-facing products, gaining experiences launching market validation tests for consumer apps in the Asian market, developing product marketing strategies, and now pioneering pioneering in augmented reality advertising as a partner to Facebook. She was also the director, Singapore director for She Works, a premier female entrepreneur event series providing women with access to top mentors, capital funding, and actionable business strategies to build and scale successful companies. So we're talking to a very terrorist woman, in every sense of the way. Very,
Exactly.
talented. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Casie Millhouse.
Okay, for her, I'm not going to do the applause, I'm going to do the party noise, right?
Casie, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to share all the fun and exciting things about augmented reality, virtual reality, and this whole mixing digital and real world life.
Oh my God, Casie, that is just beautiful. What is that? Is that like that is mixed reality, right?
This is augmented reality. Essentially, it is mixed reality. As you mentioned before, mixed reality is the whole umbrella of mixing real life and digital in one space.
Okay, so since we're already talking about this, could you share what is AR first? What is VR and what is MR? I'm even more confused between AR and MR. I thought they were the same thing.
So augmented reality is more seen through a lens. So right now you have it through your phone. That's the most accessible way. So that's when people are playing with filters like what I'm using, even though I am using a webcam, or when you're using Instagram or on TikTok, you see the augmented reality. There's also some standalone apps that people download, like IKEA has one where you can set furniture around your house. There's also like Google Maps has a brand new one where you can find your way through the malls by scanning where you're at.
Okay.
And then you have, that is also complemented with, now we're starting to see glasses. So a long time ago we saw Google glasses come out. However, it was way too early. Now we're starting to see many more companies start to come out. Even Apple has said that they're going to be launching one. And then we have mixed reality, which is kind of like a little bit step further from just regular glasses, where it's totally immersive, but you can still see what's going on the other side. So this is used quite a bit for training programs and co-working collaboration, remote collaboration.
Wow.
Yep. And then virtual reality is when you have the entire headset where you can't see anything through, and your whole body is immersed in a 360-degree experience.
Right. Okay. So basically, what I'm clear of is virtual reality is when your real world is completely blocked off. You're in another world, right?
Correct.
Kind of thing. And then augmented reality is you have to use lenses, and the difference is it mixes with your real world, right?
Correct. It's putting a digital overlay on the real space.
Right. And mixed reality is a mix of both, would you say?
Mixed reality is really kind of the culmination of everything. It's more like the umbrella, but yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and the whole thing is extended reality, right? The umbrella that covers all these things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Now, let's talk about you. Can you share with us a little bit about yourself and what you do? Yeah, because we know you, but the audience don't.
Yeah, so you guys met me quite a while ago when I had my own digital agency, and I was primarily focusing on consumer products and working with events, working with music artists, and doing apps. So I decided to join a competitor back in January. I felt like our skill sets really complemented each other. They were more on the technical side, and I was more on the marketing side. And there really hasn't been any studio or any real agency that has been able to mix both of those. So we kind of came together and became a powerhouse. What I also loved is that they have a sister company. We all work on the same team, but we work on different projects in augmented reality for the Dude company, and then it's more like our social enterprise Mind Palace, where we build the VR for the elderly and dementia patients.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so before we start, hang on.
So we have a few comments.
Do
Just
you have any questions?
yeah, not question yet, but I'm just gonna go to the comments. Ben said hi. Hey, hi Ben. Liana Haley said hi as well. And she loves your glasses. She said, hi, Casie, dig your glasses. And Ben is basically saying, Casie is an AR troll.
I am. Yes,
Yeah.
it is from Trolls. You got it right.
Yep.
Right. So this whole thing is from Trolls.
This is part of the whole branding campaign from the Trolls movie that
Oh,
came out
wow.
ago. Yeah, they did AR filters on Instagram, and then a whole bunch of really amazing ones on Snapchat, and then they did a whole bunch of GIFs, and you know I love GIFs too. So
Okay, let's talk about this whole thing. You are actually not wearing it on your head, right? This is augmented reality, right?
that's correct. Yeah. So this is a free software. Anybody can download it.
Okay,
Okay.
what's it called?
It's called Snap Camera.
Snap
Okay.
camera. Okay.
Is it by Snapchat?
Yeah, it's by Snapchat. So all the Snapchat filters that are on the phone
Uh-huh.
or on the app can be found and used on this platform.
So we're gonna put that link in the comment section later, yeah? That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So you guys can download this.
And we can download it and link it to Skype, Zoom, everything. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so just about anywhere you have a webcam, you can.
Wow, that's the troll one again. Yes.
So I have been having troubles lately on Zoom where it's not connecting.
Okay.
But just about anywhere that you use a camera on your laptop or your desktop, it will work.
Wait, so you're not wearing makeup? Can you take us through several looks?
Yeah.
So you're not.
Let's So there's no makeup, and so what, man? That means in the future, right?
I don't have to wear makeup.
No, you
Right. For this one, you wouldn't even have to wear clothes. You could just show up naked and you're a potato.
Yeah.
that is so awesome.
I could even buy clothes, right? With the Snap camera. I don't. Oh,
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that was scary.
How much does? Is it
Wait,
expensive?
okay, do you have to pay for the
do you have to
camera?
pay
It's
for-
free.
Yeah.
This is absolutely free. However, you are giving up your data when you do log in and you do sign up and you download download the app. But just like any other app, you're giving away your data as well.
Okay, so just sign my life away, basically, right?
Pretty much, yep.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, that's the peach, right?
Yeah, that's a peach. Is it a complicated process to actually just install all this, or does it take a lot of time? To do that?
No, it's just like sign up with your email, download it, and then you unpackage it, and then you switch over the cameras when you go and do your calls or whatever.
See, I'm seeing the future of this already, because the thing is, I'm doing trainings, and in the past 2 months, I've been doing a lot of online trainings, and can be quite tiring to just look at my face to the session today, right?
Interesting studies have been done with Blipper. So they were one of the very first consumer apps for augmented reality about 10 years ago, and they always do stuff like research, and they found that memory encoding is about 70% higher than it is for people watching videos. So when it comes from a brand point of view, a brand would be able to have that really high brand recall. People will remember that experience. Whereas you have like a video, somebody watches a video in the feed or it's an ad, and it's like you really don't know how well that person's going to recall that ad. They need to see it over and over and over again. So when it comes to training and education, augmented reality is the #1, hands down, best way to do that if you set up the training program in the proper ways.
Wow. Okay. How would you set up the training program in a proper way?
Yeah.
So that's a really great question. I learned quite a bit from some of my colleagues. So I run the Singapore VR AR Association, and I connect with a lot of people in the industry. And there are 4 different pillars that really help people retain information. Like, one is attention. You have to have their attention. And what a great way to use that with augmented reality or mixed reality or even in virtual reality. And then you have to have active engagement. So one of the best things about being in virtual reality or mixed reality is, like, people are not only just attracted, but they're actively engaged because they can move around. They can they're not distracted because they are immersed in what's happening. And then you also have to have the ability for feedback. So when you're doing training, you know that if you just send somebody something to read, you don't know if that's going to be to really sink in. You need to ask questions. You need to understand if they are learning. And then you need the consolidation. So that's pulling in all of the resources together. So there's like a continuous a way for people to come back and review the materials or to review the experiences.
Right. Okay. So are you getting that, Amin?
Yep, I'm getting that. I think there's a lot of things. There's a huge possibility for this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
In fact, our next question is, a lot of people seem to think like these technologies, especially VR, is only for game or for filter. I mean, this is a myth, right? Because businesses out there are already using these technologies and incorporating them into their business. Could you share maybe some examples of where people are using VR, AR, MR businesses?
Absolutely. So VR right now is growing rapidly in the enterprise level. So that's going from like corporate, making corporate solutions. So one of the partners that we had before was Lenovo, and they've developed like mixed reality glasses, and they developed them for Boeing. They also developed them for some of the larger e-commerce and logistics. So with Boeing, what they did is they were using the mixed reality to train the technicians. So rather than the technicians going to school and then coming to learn how Boeing does it, they would have the technicians like come in right from school, and they would be able to like go right on the job with the glasses on and be able to get feedback, real-time feedback on how to fix problems. Another use case for it was for a lot of people think of like e-commerce, and they only think of what's happening from the shopping perspective, but they don't understand or don't realize there's a lot of logistics and shipping that goes in the back end. So with the augmented reality glasses or the mixed reality glasses, somebody that works in the warehouse would be able to put those glasses on, be able to tell how much inventory is in there at this time, how much inventory is on this pallet, where do they need to go. So it's like having little labels of information on what you are seeing. The computer can do all that calculation for you. It's like obviously you can't tell, oh, I know where that one's going, I know where this one's going, I know when it needs to be delivered, I know what's in that package. So that's what the ability of augmented reality and mixed reality can do, because you have the computer vision that's scanning everything. And it's a beautiful combination of all these like really great technologies that are coming together in order to help humans do better jobs.
Wow. Okay. So basically, it's like Total Recall. You can actually see things, and like we're moving towards that, right? Like the movies.
Yeah. In fact, it was Blipper who created an app. It was about 10 years, not 10 years ago, maybe about 5 years ago, where you could scan a device, scan like a plant, and it would tell you exactly what kind of plant it was.
Wow.
And are you talking about like a manufacturing plant or like a
tree, like a flower?
Oh, right. Yes.
Animal. And it's kind of the same thing right now with Google. If you go into your Google app and you scan something like I'm drinking this and I want some more, I'll scan it, and you're able to go and shop for it, or you're able to grab that can and put it somewhere else in your house using augmented reality. It's pretty amazing how fast this technology is moving.
Right. Okay. And has it been kind of fueled by with the global lockdown in a way?
For our company personally, yes, it has. We've been having a lot of inquiries, and I closed quite a few deals in lockdown. One of the things we did see was the events. So that was one of the hardest hit industries that we have served, is people that put on the events. So we have helped event producers pull things online by using AR activations for pre-sales or AR activations during the events as well. Kind of like this. Like this is an AR activation.
Could you share with us how you guys did that?
Wow.
Which one is that?
That
Was
is
that
so
cool as
cool.
well?
That's a troll on you.
Okay, so how did you guys help these companies bringing events to the forefront and making it different? And I hear that you also help brands come in and sponsor the events. So could you take us, share with us how you guys did it, so it'll help event people out there who are participating?
Great question. So right now we are working on a project for a very large, I probably can't say the industry because everybody would probably be able to know what it is. We are under NDA. So they have an event planned, and what we are doing is we're taking video of the CEO.
Okay.
And that video of the CEO is not going to be just like a video that we see like this. This is going to be a video where you open up the Instagram app and you can place him wherever you want in your house. You can put him on your desktop, you can put him on the floor, and then he's going to invite you to the event.
Whoa!
That is amazing.
So it's our card. It's going to be from the email, and then it opens up. But this is a lot. This is something that's never happened in Singapore for sure, and we're really excited to do that. And it was something that came out like, how can we really wow people? How can we really open their eyes? But also be really authentic when it comes to, I want you to come to my event. Can you imagine a CEO coming out to you, and you can even have people standing next to him
and take a photo, right? You always have to take a photo with the CEO, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. In terms of cost, because this sounds like a big company, is it like very expensive investment?
This one is going to be a little bit more pricey than what we normally do, because this is brand new, and we are doing it from beginning to end. So we are doing the video shoot, we're providing all the green screen, we're providing the studio, we're doing all the editing, then we're doing the development. So it is quite costly in comparison to the work that we do with the regular AR filters.
Is there like
the regular AR filters are like the ones I'm seeing now?
Yes.
Okay, so how much are those kind of things, if you're allowed to share? Like a ballpark figure.
Like a range? Let's have a range. I think it'll be better.
Yeah.
So this one, you can see, this one has 3D. So if you can see that the glasses, when I...
Yeah, you can actually see the details there.
It's like a three-dimensional. There's also movement when I open my eyes really big.
Yeah, that's amazing.
There's also decoration here. These are 3D. These are like 2D. Then we also have what we call segmentation. This is when you change the background. Okay, the hair doesn't look 3D. It's just the glasses that are 3D. So something like this with 3D elements would come around 10K.
Singapore dollars, right?
US.
Oh, US. Okay.
This was probably a little bit more, depending on, I know who the design team, but I'm just saying, like, this is probably what we would be be charging for something like this. This is a really, really good one. They even like touched up the face, so all the pimples are gone.
So this is like a high-end kind of filter, right?
Yeah, this one was part of, I think they did 5 characters from the movie. So it was like a really, like a package. This is the launch strategy that they used for it was phenomenal. A lot of people think, hey, let's just do one filter and let it go. But I don't know about you. I'm on Instagram quite a bit. I don't even post in the feed. I'm just in stories all the time. And every time I'm doing a story, I'm doing a filter. And people are out there, like there are people that are passionate about playing with the newest filter.
Yes.
And the reason why all these like creators like keep on growing their Instagram is because they launch out new filters like every couple days, every week. Like they are pumping out new AR experiences, new filters, and a way to really win on Instagram for sure is to consistently push out great content.
Wow.
Right. Okay. And filter is one of them,
Yeah.
right?
I have a question in it. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, you have a question?
No, go ahead first.
I find that the Snapchat filter is so much better than Instagram. And Instagram, because they start using filter, I find that they're like a copy of trying to be Snapchat. But that's how I feel personally. So I kind of am not inspired to try Instagram filter, unless you probably create it, Casie.
So Snapchat did come out with it originally. So you can always say like, yes, Instagram may have copied them. However, Instagram already had filters for photos. You know, from inception, they just pushed it to another level in their stories. So when you think of it that way, you can say Facebook may have copied, or maybe that was already in the product line and Snap already pushed it out. The platforms for development in Snap are a little bit more advanced.
Right. Okay.
So the tools that the developers can use are still like the Facebook Spark AR platform is only a couple of years old. Snap has been around for almost 10 years now.
Wow.
So they've always had their open source development program, and Facebook has a lot more people jumping on because of the reach, and especially in Asia, we don't use Snap that much. Instagram is definitely the way to go. But as the development platform and tools for creators become more advanced, we'll see more quality content coming out.
Okay, cool. So,
Nina, we have a lot of questions. Do you want to go with your first?
Yeah, let's go with the questions then.
So my role here basically, Casie, is to collect questions and basically the technical person at the back. All right. So Liana has a few questions. Number one, she's interested to know, how does your AR work for dementia patients?
Oh, that's a really great question.
Yeah.
So we use virtual reality with the dementia patients and with the elderly. So we partner with the nursing homes, and then we provide custom game development and then custom experience development. What we have done is we have gone to neighborhoods where these residents are from, back to like their old like places where they grew up, or Chinatown, or even places around the world, and we will capture the experience in 360 degrees for them. So they are really stuck behind 4 walls. Maybe they get to go outside, but from day to day, a lot of dementia patients and people with Alzheimer's really don't understand like the days, and they are stuck in maybe what they were in their 20s, like when they were 20 years old. So we tried to create those experiences to reflect what it looked like back in those times, and that spurs memory and recall for them.
Okay.
The other thing we do is definitely the games. What the feedback that we get from the caregivers is that that they are moving a lot more. They are talking a lot more. So these little things may not sound like a big leap for you and I, but for these caregivers that see them every single day, they can definitely tell the difference. Another thing that we have done is we've built immersive rooms. So we take a full room and we use projector screens. So 3 of the walls are projected, and then we use a Connect. So Connect is where you can see the movements. And we do like wheelchair games, like people can be in wheelchairs and play the games, or you can have like 3 or 4 people inside this experience, like going skiing, and they really feel like they're going skiing. Or we do games where they stand up and sit down.
Wow.
So they're getting a little bit of occupational therapy. They're also getting an entertainment value, and a little bit more. They are able to escape what is happening to them. We've all been in confinement for a few months, and some of us have gone crazy. Could you imagine what that's like if you don't even have the option to leave? We're trying to help them escape that.
Okay.
Right.
Is there any other areas in terms of healthcare where this work is being used besides dementia patients?
Oh, absolutely. It's being used in therapy, for training purposes for doctors and surgeons.
Oh, wow.
Also for medical students as well. Instead of having to cut through a cadaver, you can actually do that through the mixed reality.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I would like to ask is, one of the reasons why I personally do not like VR is because of the headsets, and I get like a headache. So has the technology evolved with the headsets? Are they becoming like Google glasses and stuff like that?
That's a really great comment and question. So the technology is moving. We have new games, new experiences coming out, and one of the problems that a lot of people have, like you, is that dizziness. And that dizziness comes from when you are moving, the screen and the experience is not moving. So they're in your brain, it's giving you like two different feedback. So right now, because the internet is speeding up, because the development and the graphics are much better, the latency, that's what we call latency, has been cut down quite short. Those types of symptoms are starting to ease down quite a bit. But if you go into maybe even a 360 video that was made a year ago, as opposed to something that was made a month ago, you might still get a little bit sick.
Wow. Okay. So it has really improved the technology kind of thing. And what about cost? Because like especially for doing the VR for the dementia patients, is there a lot of cost involved?
There is,
and stuff like that.
There is. So we have our service. So we build the experiences. It depends on what they really want to do. So we custom build it, and then we rent out our headsets to the service providers, anywhere from like 4 headsets to 10 headsets, and that has been something that has been working for us. We don't do very large scale. Some of the nursing homes do have maybe like 400 patients, but not everybody's going to use the VR at once. So there are other companies that do give out a lot more, but we just aren't at that scale yet.
Okay. Okay. So Benjamin, I have a question as well. This one, how do we see a preview on this e-card thing? So what's that about?
E-card?
Yeah.
E-card, it's not done yet.
It's not done yet. It's not done yet. Okay. Liana, yeah.
Liana has a question. I thought she had a few.
She has a few. Okay. Another one is, can AR be used interactively, live? It's considered mixed reality, right? That's 2 questions. Like a real role-playing game. Choose your adventure life, not Pokemon Go type. Like, for example, using AR glasses to fight a monster by swinging a 3D sword in your hand at the park. So basically, I think the main question is, can it be used interactively?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even the AR games that are on like Facebook and Instagram now, you can play with 2 players. There's a company out of Beijing that came out. It's called N.
Yeah.
And they have augmented reality glasses that look cool. I really want a pair. And there's a developer program. They're only opening it up to developers and not consumers just yet. So I'm excited to get my hands on it to test that and create some games just like that, some role-playing games that you can play with people while you're walking around.
Last question from her, and I think this is something that I wanted to ask earlier as well. She said that she foresee AR can be turned into a new way to watch TV series, literally on your coffee table. I believe someone sort of did a test on that years ago. This question: how much work, time, and technical aspect would that take? So I kind of look into what you're doing right now, right? And I have a huge appreciation on the work behind it. I think it's a lot of hard work is being put into this. How long does it take? Yeah, how long does it take for you to just create something like this? Like,
well, the times are going down quite quickly. There's a lot of we talk about like AR and VR where we only see the end product, but there's a lot of companies that are building the hardware and building the software. So they're developing kits for developers so that we can develop on top of their technology to roll out the experiences, games, and trainings a lot quicker. So it really depends. I know for our company, it takes about 30 days for us to roll out an AR campaign. That's like getting the invoice. That is doing the design. That is going back and forth with the client. That's the one that takes the most time, is the back and forth to make sure everything is up to what the client wants, and then going through the approval process. So we could get things done within a week, but it usually takes a lot longer, and it depends on the complexity. For the VR games and the VR experiences, those take a little bit longer, up to 3 months for us.
Yeah. Nina, you're on mute, is it? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Nina.
Ask
Yeah.
questions first.
Okay, cool. We can hear you now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah.
Cool. So it takes about 3 months for you to come up with something like what you're on now, this troll thing?
For VR.
For VR, right. Okay. And for something like this?
Something like this would be about a month.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. And how do I identify which is the best use for my business? Should it be VR, AR, or MR?
Well, I'd like to look at this from a solution standpoint. Again, like with that e-invite, what they wanted to do was just scan a code and then show a video in the AR. And I was like, well, you could just do a video instead of just using the AR. It's like some people just want to use AR for AR's sake, and it's not really necessary. You want to make it immersive, and the problem needs to match what kind of solution that you're going to do. So I always walk marketers through. So a lot of our partners are with marketing agencies or larger agencies that work with clients. And I help walk them through, like, right, what do you need to do? Do you need to build awareness? Do you need to drive sales? Are you doing this as an engagement for loyal customers and clients? Those are things that should be identified first, like what are you really trying to do here? And then you can pick the solution, and then you can brainstorm what the experience should be.
I see. Okay, so I guess which goes into my next question is like, if I want to learn how to utilize these technology for my campaign or business, where do I start? Where do I go?
You can head over to our blog. I have been working my butt off, putting together the resources that that we have learned from working with clients and working with other agencies and other AR creators, and with Facebook and Instagram. So we are part of like a beta program with only 120 people in the world that work with Facebook to do like beta stuff. So there's a large AR creator group with like tens of thousands of people, but myself and my partner Eugene, we are part of this beta group. So we do get a little bit closer inside look on things, on how things work and how to break it. Like I like to break things too for Facebook. So I have sent you guys a document if you want to share with the group. It's my 10-step guide walking you through launching your first AR campaign. I'm sorry, I don't have any information about VR at the moment. Normally, we just work with the like elderly homes and the nursing homes, so we don't have any processes stepped out for that. But in the document, it goes you through 10 steps that you would need to take to launch your first campaign, and it goes from planning out the campaign. What are the questions you need to be asking a developer or an AR studio, or can you do this on your own? Those are the things that you can learn from this 10-step guide. It's also on our blog. I just made it into a PDF.
What's the name of your blog?
So it's ar.dude.sg.
Okay, ar.dude.sg. That's DUDE, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's talk about the future. Where do you see this industry heading? What do you think the future holds? And which industry do you think will be the most disrupted by it?
Ooh, that's a really packed question.
Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. I really think that we are going to be seeing this side of the world really start to pick up when it comes to augmented reality. Right now, a lot more people are getting on Facebook and Instagram. A lot more people are using newer phones. Like in America, people are still using like the original iPhone or like even a Nokia. Here we don't even have that. Like people are already like jumping into like all the Chinese phones that are amazing. That the hardware technology at such a low cost is really going to help more people use it, which will also, in turn, build more demand for brands and businesses to actually invest in this technology. A lot of people were afraid to invest because they didn't see the ROI. Now I've developed different systems where people can say, oh, people that use this filter actually bought from us. Yeah, like that's the power of like Facebook and Instagram. You can set up funnels, you can set up all the tracking through Google Analytics as well to actually track this. So definitely see a huge uptick in creators, the content creators that create these experiences. I will probably see a lot more companies coming out of Indonesia. Indonesia has a lot of people that are interested in AR, a lot of freelance creators that are in my personal Facebook group. I think we have like over like 500 creators in there. So with the VR AR Association, we're a global collective, and we try to help people in different markets either set up their own little communities in order to drive this business growth. So if we can do that in more Southeast Asian countries, we'll be able to provide them resources so they can get started, build their communities, connect with government officials to do larger projects, connect with like the larger brands so that they can help develop and everybody can use it.
Wow, okay, sounds fantastic. I mean, any questions?
Yes, actually, Justin just posted the question.
Justin is our VR guy, so what questions does he
So
have?
he said, I heard AR is moving towards using web browser, web AR. What's your take on that? And will that be the future use of AR?
Web AR is amazing. I really love it because you don't have to be in any other app. As a marketer, I love it because you can do click-throughs to any website after that. Like if you want to do purchases. Currently on social media, the only way to do call to actions inside of an AR experience is if you're running ads to it. So that's a really big bummer for any other brands. Mm-hmm. The only thing that is like the downside of that is you don't have that virality that you would have by using a social platform.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm foreseeing the world just like how Matrix is and how Ready Player One is. How far do you think we are from that? If that really, do you think that's ever going to become a reality or?
So I know we weren't going to talk about this, but I will mention it. So 10 weeks ago, I started going on this dating in VR journey.
I told you it's going to come out.
I'm digging it out because I want it to come out. Nina is like trying to say, no, let's go. Tell us more.
Because I knew I was stuck around. I'm newly single as of January, and I've never been on a dating app and stuff like that. And I was just kind of disgusted with what was happening on dating apps. So I was like, okay, what if I tried to date somebody in VR? Like, that would, I would find somebody who likes the same sort of things that I do. I would be safe. And I'll tell you what, I got stood up on my very first date. On my third date, I actually connected with this person really like a lot, and we dated for a whole month in VR.
Whoa! How is that possible?
He's only seen. Amin's experience is only porn. Sorry.
No, it's not porn. It was like hanging out. These are totally PG-13.
Okay.
PG-13.
Dating, right?
Screen it if we wanted to, and it would be kind of hilarious. But there's always going to be a need for us to have touch, have that physical experience. Yes, I'm having a human experience. I'm having emotions. These are real, true emotions that I'm getting in the experience, playing games or just hanging out and watching movies inside of VR with somebody. But yeah, you do want to have that real life experience. Could you imagine never going to the ocean or the beach ever again?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Could you I've never been to a mountain and climbed a mountain before. I've done it in VR, and yeah, it was kind of exciting and my tummy got crazy, but I still want to climb a mountain.
A real one, yeah.
See a sunset. And those are the experiences that Earth can provide. Like the wind blowing in my face. That's one of my favorite things of the day. It's just a really simple delight that I get when the wind is blowing on my face. We can't get that in VR. Yeah, maybe you could blow a fan at me, but
okay.
That connection to nature and Earth is something that we're always going to need.
Okay.
But how close are we to not being able to make the distinctions?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I think it's going to be another generation. My children right now, my children are 6 and 8, and they love going online. They play Roblox all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing some crazy stuff. They're building things in these games. And their life is kind of digital. They're digital first.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when as they grow up, that's where we'll see that emergence come. For me, it's not going to happen. For boomers, no way.
Right. Okay. Because we still want the real thing, right?
Yeah.
We've had that kind of thing, right?
One more question for me. I can feel that you're very into this. You're so passionate when it comes to this whole VR technology and all that. I'm curious to know, what's your why for this? Where do you see yourself in doing this?
But I think it's fun. I don't know. I've always loved to be able to put a smile on people's face. And before I was even a marketer, I was a gymnastics coach for almost 20 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
And I worked with children. I worked with adults as well. Being able to bring a smile on somebody's face is probably like the best thing that you can do. And I love that this technology allows us to do that, even though we can't see it. But we see the analytics of like millions of people using our stuff every day. So it's like, okay, these people gotta like it a little bit. Having fun is really like my why in bringing smiles to people's face with augmented reality. And we do the same thing with the virtual reality as well. It's great to do that. In fact, in just a few hours, I'm going to be visiting a nursing home to do some VR with some people.
That is so cool.
That is so cool.
This
Do
is
a
good
video.
stuff.
We'll help share it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
One question before I forget. What is that VR dating site? Because there might be some single people here who
Yeah.
might want to try. Oh, who might
Yeah.
want to date.
Maybe I'll type it out.
DateMeInVR.com.
Datingvr.com.
Date me.
Date me.
Date me. Okay, got it. Yeah.
VR.com.
So
Yeah.
just
Okay.
Casie, VR.com.
Okay, guys, for all single guys out there, single ladies out there, you should go and check it out, right?
We've only got 2 minutes left, so I'm going
Yeah.
to go into the rapid fire questions. So the rapid fire questions is don't think much, just answer it as quick as you can. Can do? Casie?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so is a reality like Ready Player One happening anytime soon, you reckon?
No.
No, okay,
Okay.
got it. What are the top three key myths about AR, VR, and MR?
That it's not going to provide any business true value. That's number one. Number two, VR is just for gamers and dudes. No, it's just marketed the wrong way. And it's too expensive.
Right, okay. What are the top three reasons why businesses should use this technology, AR, VR, MR, in their business?
I would say number one for AR is that people have been using AR for about 10 years now. They just don't know what it's called. So you're 10 years behind if you aren't using it yet.
Okay. Any other reasons?
Ouch!
The other reason it definitely is the memory encoding is much, much higher. So you're going to get that recall and feedback. That would be like number two.
So people would basically remember the brand like much higher than seeing an ad, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, because you're experiencing it. With AR, you have like three pillars of it. You have like the person that you have the brand that creates the experience. You have the person who is sharing about the experience. And then you have all the people who are seeing that experience. You don't get that with video. You don't get that with images either.
Wow. Okay, so that's like 3 points of sharing kind of thing. And another question is it easily done for a brand to work to do this?
Yeah, so even with Spark AR, you can go on YouTube and just Google, and there's tutorials. Even on the Spark AR website, you can create your own. You can create your own effect in 5 minutes or less.
Wow. Okay, got it. So, what are the top three uses of this technology for marketing or any other at this moment?
For marketing, I would say number one is brand awareness and engagement. Those are the main ways now. What I like to do is think further down the funnel is driving sales and leads. And we have done that using a combination of Facebook ads, the AR, and chatbots. So you're able to connect with that consumer face-to-face or talking to talking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And how are consumers reacting to VR and AR, in your opinion?
With the VR, you do have like the cost to purchase the equipment, which is a barrier right now for lots of people. Like I cannot afford a high-end headset, but for AR, if you have a phone, you can experience it. So that is one of the best reasons for going with AR.
Okay, cool. Now, what are the top trends you see happening in this space, and how can brands take advantage of this or position themselves, so that they're in the forefront? Those are big brands. And what about those small mom and pop shops? What can they do? So that's kind of two-pronged.
Okay, so one of the biggest trends that we're seeing with augmented reality and face filters is doing games. I always keep an eye out on BuzzFeed and see what are those like quiz and games. It's like, okay, how can we adapt this into a quiz and game? Another one is the try on, like the try before you buy feature. Before it was just makeup, and now we're able to see that with shoes, with earrings, with accessories. So that is this,
and maybe even clothes.
They do have like standalone apps where you can do the clothes and like a virtual runway with a model, but not quite there yet with trying it on your own clothes. They do have that with mirrors for in retail shops and stuff. So that technology is already there. And we are exploring that with one to do an installation next year with a client doing that. I would say that the third trend is the working a lot more with freelancers and contractors all over the globe. So, if you are if you're in America, or if you are in the UK and you want to find a really high quality designer that isn't that expensive, you should reach out to somebody that is in our Asia Spark AR group, because they would do an amazing job. And the cost of using somebody that is in Indonesia that can do maybe an even better job than somebody that's based in America is way less expensive.
Wow. Okay, so that's what they should do and position themselves, right?
Yeah. Put my friends out.
So, which group is this? It's on Facebook, right?
Yeah. So we have an Asia Spark AR group, and even if I have like friends and stuff that can't afford me, I tell them to go into there and try to find a designer developer in that group.
Wow.
Asia Spark VR group.
AR, Spark AR.
VR group.
Yeah. Okay, and lastly, if you had one advice to give businesses out there with respect to this industry, what is happening in this industry, what would it be?
I would say do research first before you start working with one agency or one developer. There's so many people are specialized in one thing and not the other. So it's really good to get a whole grasp on what people can do, what they can't do, and if other people can do the same or not.
Right. Okay. So do your research. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So I guess if I were to summarize today's episode, is basically technology has moved a lot in this space in terms of hardware, in terms of even the hardware for the goggles and the glasses, as well as the hardware for developing the AR and VR kind of thing. So even a 1-year-old kind of thing is considered out of date, right? So a lot of things are happening, and if you are looking for that immersive experience for people to remember your brands, then this is definitely one of the ways you can look into it, right?
Yes.
Okay, definitely. And it's changing training industry. It's also changing events industry, as well as learning and development. Yeah.
Even healthcare. Like
Healthcare.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's not just for gamers, right?
Yeah, so we're going to
Not just for gamers.
Yeah, and number one, it is not just for gamers. So I would probably say keep up to date with the developments and stuff like that, so that you know how to take advantage of this, so you can position yourself to become a superpower brand. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Casie.
Thank you so much, Casie. Just to add to that, Nina, one more thing. Casie is giving away like awesome PDF file stuff that
Yes.
can kickstart your AR, your journey. All right. So what you're gonna do is, if you guys want this, please type I want in the comment, and we
Yes.
will send it to you. Okay.
I think
yeah.
we'll also put the link there with the Google Drive link, so that
Yeah.
might be faster and
I think
better.
that'll be faster. Yeah. So what we're gonna
Yep.
do is that we're gonna put a Google Drive link afterwards. Okay.
Yep. And Casey, is there any groups and whatnot for them to come and kind of ping you if they want more information and stuff like that? What would it be?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can join me in the Asia Spark AR group. That
Asia
if you're
Spark
in
AR.
Asia,
Yeah.
if you want to consider joining the VR AR Association or just come to one of our online events, those are free. We're doing a lot of sharing about what's happening in the industry, and it's not for techies, like it's for like people that are curious as well.
Okay.
So it's a very warm and welcoming community here.
So that's the AR/VR Association, is it?
Yeah,
I'm checking the Facebook group now. Quite a cool group. It's about 72,457 members.
that one
Spider-
is the main one.
That's the main one.
Yes.
Wow.
So find the Asia one. Make sure you put in where you are from in Asia, because I will not accept you if you're not in an Asian country.
Okay.
Because that's the thing. Like you get like people trying to sneak in and say that they're from
London.
from Paris. I'm like, I don't need you in here because I'm trying to get projects for these people.
So I get you're like the pimp for all these people, are you?
I'm not the pimp. I'm trying to empower people to live creating what they love.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So if you're a creator and you want to get more into this, then head over to the Facebook group, yeah?
Yeah.
And make sure you say you're from Asia, because otherwise Casey will kick you out.
I'm not going to let you in.
No. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Can we have a huge round of applause for Casey?
Yeah, we're gonna play the DJ horn and everything now. So DJ horn.
Because it goes with her look.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Please, if you love this video, please give us a comment and give us a thumbs up and follow us on all our social media. That's PopConFest. PopCon, we help you pop your brand, and also PopCon on LinkedIn. And yeah, so next week, do we know what's happening? Which episode is happening next week, Amin?
We are now in 13th episode. Now today's the 12th episode, right?
I guess so. I'm waiting to pick. So next week
Yeah.
we're going to be talking to two businesses and how they basically kind of pivoted or helped make their business survive during the MCO and what's the way forward. So if you guys want to hear that, please join us next week, same time, same place.
Yep.
In the meantime, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed that. We will be putting up this episode on YouTube as well, and we'll re-edit it and release it slowly on our LinkedIn and Facebook group. Okay? Sounds
Exactly.
good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
And with that, we'll see you again next week, guys. Casey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Casey. We love you. Mwah.
We got to download all this stuff as well. I want to use it for Zoom. Okay, and with that, see you guys again. Bye.
Ba 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 ba.